Good morning everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a different brand that I haven't actually looked at before. It's Sector. Sector was founded in 1971 to be a like a sports watch company. It was and founded in Italy, so it's an Italian watch brand. So let's have a look at the unboxing, shall we? So initially look at the boxes, we've got this sort of black gloss style cardboard outside cover with sort of an orangey red bit of detailing to sort of match the overall brand image that Sector likes to go for. Inside we've got a, again, matching sort of theme style box, a simple slide off lid, just detailed with that red and black really, a very consistent theme going all the way around the box. The watch is housed on a decent cushion, rather than like one of those cardboard ones that you sometimes get with some brands. Put that to one side for a minute. So here we go, guys. This is the Sector No Limits 230 edition. So you've got a 39mm case diameter with 11.4mm case thickness. This is the limited edition model of this one. There are sort of other variants of this watch. Can't remember how many colours there were of this one. There's around about 8, I think, 8 to 10. Retails £120, weighs 100 grams and uses a quartz movement. It doesn't specify the grade or anything on the website. So let's have a look at the dial here. So the dial is a sunray black dial, as you can see from the light reflecting on it there. Mineral crystal going over the top of the actual watch on the actual entire face. Fully luminous hands, fully luminous increments, and you've got a nice little yellow quarter just from the 12 to 3 p.m. You've also got a date dial that's just detailed with a little stainless steel ring around that, basically around that window date dial there. Inside the actual face of the watch, you've just got those sort of minute markers inside there, as you can see. No sort of markings in the actual face or anything like that, like the actual glass. So yeah, it's one of those sort of typical divers style watches. You get a Sector 3-year guarantee with this watch and 10 atmospheric water resistance, as you can see from the writing on here, also known as 100 meters. So let's come back to the bezel and look at this in a bit more detail. So the bezel is a unidirectional bezel with a luminous bubble on the top there. A little bit of a cheap mechanism inside, but the actual how it feels to turn, it's got a decent movement to it. It doesn't feel cheap, it just might sound a little bit on the cheaper side. But the main thing you want it to do really is to stay in place, really. Let's come around to the casing. So we've got full stainless steel casing on here. Not sure if it's 904 or 316. It didn't specify. It doesn't often unless it is 316. Full polish effect going all the way around the side. Same on the bezel, as you can see here. Got a little bit of a fluted edge to the actual side of the bezel. Come round to the actual crown. So the crown is housed in a little bit of crown protection, as you can see here, with that Sector logo just sort of engraved on the side there. Let's have a look at the crown movement. So it's a screw-out crown, it's not a pop-out crown. Things like when I've got my gloves on, I can never tell how far to unscrew it. So first position. Got a nice silent, you can only hear a little bit of sound when you turn that date dial. If you want to go for that, then this is the watch for you. Second position is well defined, and the movement on the hands is really, really nicely done. So there's a lot of good elements to this watch, lots of quality, and the push down is really, really nice. One thing I will say about the crown though is it can be just a little bit fiddly to get out to first position, but then that sometimes a lot of brands do suffer from that. But so yeah, it's not a bad looking watch actually. Lots of nice little touches. Not a big fan of how that bezel sounds when you're turning it. Well, not the bezel, sorry, yeah. well, yes, the bezel, how the bezel sounds when you turn it around, but it feels nice, the quality's there. So coming down to the strap, you've got a silicone style strap. It didn't specify the width, but we can check now what the size of the strap is if you ever wanted to change it. So it's a 20mm strap. Very, very common style strap size nowadays for these kind of watches. Full silicone, not much sort of sporty effect to it, just got a plain, fairly plain really. Coming down to a sector printed buckle, which got a bit more of a brush finish on it. It's housed in a decent sort of pin that holds that buckle in place. The strap is very nice, no sort of grippers underneath or anything like that, it's just a plain silicone strap. Better look at the buckle. Buckle's housed in a decent pin there, so it's got a little bit of resistance when you're moving that, but that's just a little thing to pick up on when you're doing these little checks. And there we go, guys. That is the review of that's the view of the back plate. It's a screw down style back plate. A little more information on the watch on the back there. So there we go, guys. That is the Sector No Limits 230 edition.